Today we're going to be talking about investing your IRA into intermodal freight containers. The surge in demand for intermodal freight containers has created an awesome opportunity to enter the flourishing and lucrative freight container industry. It's an opportunity to purchase intermodal freight containers and partner with Intermodal Wealth. Intermodal Wealth is one of the most well-known and reputed companies in North America and the leading freight management company in the United States. Intermodal Wealth provides freight containers to AA+ railroads and shippers in the United States. Purchasing intermodal freight containers is warranted safe, secure, high yield, paying 15%. No, this is not too good to be true. It's simply a contractual agreement with contractual guarantees. Once purchased, you own the containers. Intermodal Wealth immediately secures a lease for your containers with a AA+ rated railroad. The railroad leases the container at 20% of the value of the container. Intermodal Wealth retains 5% for management, and 15% is simply the net rent for your containers. I often hear, how can an investment that pays 15% be a safe investment? Well, you cannot equate this investment with an investment in the stock market. It is more comparable with an investment in real estate. Deem it as though you had bought a commercial property and you lease the space out to high-quality tenants. And you hire a real estate manager that manages your building and collects your rent for you. Let's look at this illustration. Intermodal Wealth will facilitate the purchase of your intermodal freight containers. They will immediately secure a lease for your containers with a AA rated plus railroad. The railroad would pay 20% of the value of your containers as rent. Intermodal Wealth will retain 5% for management of your lease and your containers. And you receive 15% as your net rent on your intermodal freight containers. Now let's take a look at the substantial guarantees. First, you have a contractual agreement with a AA+ rated shipper who in the lease guarantees payment for the term of the lease. In addition to that, as the manager of your property, Intermodal Wealth guarantees that you will receive your payments on time and for the duration of the lease term. How they do that is they pay you 1 month in advance of the payment due by the railroad. In addition to that, Intermodal Wealth guarantees that they will maintain a segregated, independent account sufficient for 100% of redemptions of your purchase price at the end of your lease. Why keep betting on a volatile stock market? Roll over your current IRA or 401k into an IRA with intermodal freight containers as your investment. You can earn 15% on purchases of less than $500,000 of equipment and 16.5% on purchases of $500,000 or more of equipment. Intermodal Wealth reduces their fee to manage your property to 3.5% on purchases of $500,000 or more of equipment. You'll earn this in safe, secure, high yield. Ask yourself this question. Do you think your stock or stock mutual funds will average an annual 15% net rate of return over the next 10 years? Well, you can earn 15% on purchases of less than $500,000 of equipment or 16.5% on purchases of $500,000 or more of equipment. You can lock in 15 or 16.5% for the next 3, 7, or 10 years. Now let's take a look at an example income and return. If you invest $500,000, you will purchase approximately 34 containers. You will receive a fixed 16.5% annual net rate on your investment. That's $82,500 a year. Now multiply that by 10 years and you will receive $825,000 over the 10-year period. Now let's assume that after the 10-year lease is up, you want to redeem your investment and sell your containers. You will receive a guaranteed minimum of your principal investment of $500,000, and your total return is $1,325,000. Now let's take a look at releasing your equipment at the end of your first 10-year lease. You will receive another $825,000 over the next 10-year period. Now, at the end of this 10-year lease, you want to redeem your investment and sell your containers. You will still receive a guaranteed minimum of your principal investment of $500,000. Now your total return is $2,150,000. The demand for freight containers is surging. No one company could fill the current demand. Investor Business Daily recently reported that the transition to intermodal freight containers by shipping companies is only in the early stage of growth in the industry. The smart money is flooding into the freight industry. Warren Buffett just purchased the Burlington North Santa Fe Railroad, and his Berkshire Hathaway fund recently purchased major shares in the Union Pacific Railroad and the Northern Southern Railroad. Investors Business Daily recently had a story on J.B. Hunt's transition to intermodal freight containers, that they have been in this transition over the past 10 years. They recently purchased 55,000 freight containers, and J.B. Hunt reports that they now derive 60 to 70% of their revenue from intermodal freight, and that it is a substantial savings over traditional freight by trucking. The surge in intermodal freight is compelled by the 70% reduction in cost to move freight with intermodal containers. It costs less than $1 per mile to deliver freight door to door using intermodal. For more information on intermodal freight containers, please call American Synergy Capital at 1-800-588-4143, and we will be happy to provide you with any information you need to make your decision. Thank you for watching our video.